Hello, everybody. I'm CJ Miller. I'm in the bedroom of my apartment in downtown Shreveport, Louisiana. And come check us out. Lots of fun things to do. This is a findling of furniture. My good friend uh, is working on a remodel, and it's a rather large house. And the person uh, that was there for, I guess they deceased, and the family has left behind much that they do not want. And so, and they're told, hey, you can have pretty much anything and everything that's in the house. Whoever's doing it, whatever, if you clear it out, whatever, throw it away. So this was a lovely love seat, which is great. I was looking for something for this side of the room. Before here, I don't know if you've seen my other videos or whatever. I had some guitars, but I basically just moved them on the other side of the room. And um, this is prompting what is? Okay, I was like, is there something on my wall? No, it's a piece of the fabric sticking out here, a piece of fluff or something. This just like things that have been sitting up over there for a long time. Let me get around to some of the things that I got. My friend thought of me and brought a few things over that he thought that I've expressed interest in. Just maybe like later, I'm going to get some of this, I'm going to get that, and I'm going to get this and that and everything. So we'll see. All right. So I have a thing for kitchen cutlery and everything. So here we go. Nice little cute cutlery kit, and this one's got serving fork and everything. So I'm always like, hey, I need more service. So there we go. Oh, and then this percolator, which I'm going to polish up and clean, which I think is really kind of neat. Percolator coffee is really thick and rich, and it comes out even bolder than you get out of a coffee pot. So if you've never had like a stove percolated, it's very awesome. So other things, come on, this Lazy Susan, and then plus uh, this Black and Decker food processor. And got a couple of different blades in there, and whatever, I'll figure it out. I've got a smaller one of these that I really enjoy, that I like, but I never really use it because it's a small food processor and it's great for chopping small vegetables, but at the same time, it's just a few vegetables. So why bring all that out just to chop, you know, for what would be chopped vegetables for one? Why not just do it by hand, right? This is going to come in handy along the holidays. I'm going to clean it up tomorrow, get all this kind of stuff off of it, get it all polished up. There's more I want to show you, but yeah, hang on. I love kitchen stuff. You never have, these are just like a hodgepodge. Everybody's always got those extra drawers. Now I have a lot of matching knives and things that really work well. I've already got 2 or 3 knife sets. I don't think you can ever have too many of those. So they're just random knives. But especially big parties and holidays and stuff like that, it's okay to have an eclectic service. I do want to polish these up nice, get them spiffy, give them a good hand buffing before, but yeah, love paring knives. I have trouble with knives that come out today. I don't think the steak knives generally stay sharp. It's an interesting knife because it's serrated almost like a bread knife, but it's round. So I don't know, maybe for larger cakes or something like that. Anyway, butter knives. What I'm mostly excited about is I'm just laying these out to see what I got in. Like I said, everything, there's stuff lying all over the place right now. So if I'm talking and moving things and you see some stuff that looks chaotic, right now it is. Just know that there's a lot of reorganization going on in the apartment. Over the next week, I'm going to be spending rearranging and assessing and going through. And it's good to do that every once in a while to get your cleaning done. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. This was probably at least a set of 8 at one point, I want to say, or 2 sets of 4, whatever. But anyway, there's 7 shrimp forks, or cocktail forks, or appetizer forks, and then 2 teaspoons that would be great for use, and then I'll get a chance. Oh, and then the butter knife. And so I'll get a chance to look around later for more that fits this. I will say I don't really care for a handle that's very ornate like this. It doesn't make me squeamish, but I know that there are some people who are tactily squeamish over really ornate handles. They're just like it's like they feel things in their hands. It weirds them out or whatever. They get squeamish. So they need like really, really smooth, but this is Orleans silver. I don't know. And it's a stainless silver. Okay. From Japan. Interesting. I'll check it out later. I don't think it's exceptionally, valuable, but I like it nonetheless. And I'm going to enjoy some of these extra bits of cutlery. You can never have too much of that kind of stuff when every once in a while you like to have dinner parties. You don't really need that if you're not the one that if you're not the house that has large meals. You don't necessarily need that many extra knives, but I like to do that. And any given time, I'm right around maybe 5 to 6 people is optimum for me. But my table, hold on. Yes, my table can sit 12, and then there's other areas in the room to where people can sit around. Right now, there's just things I need to go through. Some things I'm going to store. I like the butter dish that comes here, and then there's part of this set. It's all part of the same stuff. There's 4 of these cups, and then the coffee or tea set or whatever. That's kind of cute, along with this tray right there. And I guess that's for serving crumpets or biscuits or cookies or whatever, for like a tea time and everything. But hang on, there's more. This end table. Right now, I've got a TV stand with my little thing set up over here. I'm actually going to be able to reclaim that TV stand and set up either this end table or another one. I'm going to wait and see what I can look at. I'm going to look tomorrow and see whatever else is there that I can kind of upgrade certain parts of my apartment. Right now there's this, and then my friend who brought me this said there's actually another one that I may also want to get. But this is a turntable. That is so cute, right? And then I think it's got speakers and everything, so I may not need external speakers. And on the side of it is a cassette. Those are 2 modes of sound recording that we just don't utilize anymore. But vinyl, collectible vinyl, is a big deal now. Vintage vinyl, and that's great because I have a friend. Well, not a friend. I know him. And I go there. As a matter of fact, I went there. It's the store is Rick's Records on Uri Drive in Shreveport, and I actually found a Buckingham Nicks vinyl, and that's a very rare find. So it is worth spending a little extra for that, But I'm gonna see if they actually have another one when I go back over. Now, hang on. Whew, yeah. So this is a pretty comfortable little love seat. It sits comfortable. It's going to be really, really fun. What I want to do is I want to, this room, like I said, I meant to say, I'm trying to disguise my thinner hair on top of my head by pulling some through. Anyway, whatever. let me tell you, my friend called me up shortly before, shortly before he came over, and let me know, hey, by the way, these are the things that I have. Oh, I didn't show you. Uh, Nice watch. So anyway, yeah, told me that he had some things he was going to bring over from this house, and he did, and so that's kind of cool. And I'm always looking to every several months or something like that, or whenever. I'm always looking to, for change. I'm always looking for small things, small changes that I can do. Maintaining a home, especially if you're single, it's a constant thing. There's always something to do. There's always something to, like if you're a single person in a house all by yourself, and if you're not cleaning, there is something to clean. I can tell you that I am, there's always an area that's unfinished in my home, always. It just doesn't, that's, a single person, it's a lot to do by yourself. But yeah, that being said, I'm always in the mood for, there's always a need for upgrade. There's always a need for, yeah. So anytime something comes along, especially this is a nice, comfortable, it kind of sits high back. Um, yeah, I think it's going to serve this room well. Later on, I'm gonna like you know, there's a I'm gonna upgrade the TV in this room, which right now is a 35 inch, and it's not a smart TV. That means if I want to utilize it, I've got to put an antenna on it, or I've got to put a Fire Stick on it or a Roku or something like that. But yeah, I'm thinking that's this. I'm gonna one by one. I'm gonna upgrade the TVs in the bedroom. So this one's gonna be an actual sitting area, so that we'll actually be able to come in here and sit down and watch TV, uh, as well as sit around in the living room. Like yeah, that's because sometimes I have people and we stay overnight or whatever, have them stay in a guest room or something like that. But also, it's like, hey, why don't we go into a cozier room or something like that? So I kind of want to create that situation, and I don't know. Uh, I'm not like a dater, I don't really do like romantic dates or anything like that. But you never know. You never know. And if the situation arises, I want it to be nice and cozy or whatever. So, but yeah. Or family comes in from out of town for any reason or something like that. Of course, whenever people come over, I don't get like a lot. It's usually got to be someone who's, I always break out. I started breaking out when I was like 14, 15 years old with a pimple here, pimple there, something like that. And they told me one of these days they'd go away, and they never did. Uh, and then my friend Mike, who was over here today, we moved up. We got sweaty and stuff like that, and then we like used some Stridex and cleaned our faces off, and we're like, "Yo, we got rid of that oil, really awesome." And then of course we moved this bad boy up here up to the third floor without an elevator, by the way. Uh, and so it's like, yeah, you know what? I had an oil-free face for a minute, and then I went back to work, and that oil came right back on my face. So yeah, but yeah, I do get breakouts. I do get breakouts. Like just I don't know. It's just, but yeah, oils get in your sebaceous gland. You get those whiteheads and everything like that. It's a thing. And Louisiana, you get some really hot weather. You get some hot weather. Um, let's see what's going on. So it's a cool thing is that tomorrow I'm gonna go over to the house. There's a lot of things that I'm able to look through and decide and see what's right, what I can upgrade, what I can't upgrade, and then I'm gonna help whatever we can't use. I'm gonna help my friend get it to some organizations that can, uh, go to, charitable situations. People can, who, and help somebody coming up. He's fond of Goodwill. They help people get jobs. I'm fond of a local charity called Lovewell, which is a Christian organization. Uh, but yeah. But anyway, the shirt. You know, they wouldn't care for the shirt. But anyway, I wear the shirt in good humor. But there's truth in jest. Anyway, yeah, but they do, and I've, uh, been the recipient of some of what they could do during COVID, and I was really getting resituated. And this was maybe before I started the YouTube channel. I don't know. Um, I don't know. I think, but certainly before I started making videos, I started going to this program at the Lovewell Center that I didn't know of, that I was referred to from the community, and they were like, cool. And I think it's because it was COVID time is the reason why they accepted me. They were like, yeah. So for I don't know, close to 2 years, I forget exactly. I was able to every Thursday go to this thing, which was one part no uh, education, biblical education or whatever, and I guess an equal part of servitude to the community, which I have always been a big proponent of. Enhancement of any individual spirituality. Uh, any kind of means that uplifts the spirit, I am certainly in favor of. And there was a challenge. What I had to, well, it really wasn't a challenge. At this point, I'd already been okay with people from various different walks of life, and not all, people coming together in a group to, pray and do some well wishes or whatever, and each one of them from different orders of faith, and we all took a position of, that's okay. We're going to do what we do, and you do what you're going to do, and we can all, link arms and pray to whomever we pray to, and have our faith as we are. And it doesn't it can be different, and that's okay for the community that we are, and and it's not a competition of faiths. uh Me praying to whomever I pray to, and you praying to whomever you pray to. I don't have to suppress that in order to lend strength to my credence or what I think. It's that's fine. It's perfectly fine. That what I'm saying is that we don't all have to be the same. That's not up for me to decide if another person's faith is wrong or right. That's not up to me to make that decision. That's a yeah, that's not my business what other people believe, and I don't have to go around and convert people. When I was a fundamentalist, and it's just a message I'm about to check in a minute. When I was a fundamentalist, when I was a little kid, they used to send us out to the parks and the malls and wherever, and we'd go out as a marauding group of people ascending upon whatever kind of neighborhood, and we didn't just. We had a mission and we had a purpose, and they sent us out, and we were like little kids, and we'd go up against these adults and have these spiritual discussions, and That's today. I don't know that that happens. I think people are a lot more cautious. They're aware of the they're a little bit more aware of the dangers in a world that we just in the 70s and 80s and everything, we didn't get all the information or as much of it. And I think people are a lot more cautious with children today. As like if you let them run around the neighborhood, you give them parameters. Whereas we were not. We were free range children. We were like, go outside, and when the street lights come on, you're back at this house. At least to check in, and then maybe you could go back out in a closer parameter after that or whatever. But generally, it was like it's time to eat, then it's time to get ready for bed and everything like that. So if you go outside, you'll be back when these street lights come on. Uh, so do you remember that commercial? It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? 10 o'clock. Who the hell runs around at 10 o'clock? They're teenagers. And it's like, usually the answer was no. Our parents, yeah, you knew where we were supposed to be, but you didn't know where we were, but yeah. But anyway, people are a lot more aware of that stuff today. Like my generation grew up, we were the latchkey kid that grew into the free range generation. One of the first to be raised in single parent households where the one parent was at work. And so basically we were at home being raised by special episodes of TV sitcoms that replayed in the afternoon in syndication. And so we learned a whole bunch of tricks, and we grew up being savvy. And I didn't have children, but I definitely, like every once in a while, I find myself, being nanny or whatever to children. Not anymore. I kind of don't do that anymore, but I used to really be caregiver. And I went through, oh my God, when I first started doing that, boy, did I not have the experience, and boy, did I make some huge mistakes. But I did find out in the long run that I'm actually pretty good with children, and I'm pretty good at being the whole like nanny kind of thing. And I say nanny because they didn't have that term manny back then. Whatever, I don't know. But basically, yeah. I've been responsible for helping people bring up children, and we just knew, and like we knew that children do try to bullshit and do try to play games, and you do want to trust, and you do want to give space, but you do want to check that. Yes, I know what the hell people. I'm sorry, so. Call to check in, be where you're supposed to be. You don't know. We might pop up, and whatever, yeah, it's like, yeah, yeah. Anyway, and then of course at some point you get to a point where the children turn into teens and they develop their own little personalities, and you got to start giving them a little breath and everything like that. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed taking care of kids when I did. I wasn't the only thing that I did. I did a lot of domestic work in my 20s, and then later on got into theater. And of course, with the theater, you work with adults and children alike and everything. So, but you couldn't do what we did today in what we did in the 70s and 80s, whereas we went out, groups of children just dispatched, taken by the busload, and I kid you not, by the school length busload, the long buses, not the special ed buses. I mean the huge buses, like a whole like fleet of buses going throughout the neighborhoods, it just dispersed. And this was for the purpose of going up to just random strangers, knocking on doors where we've never been before, or parks or whatever, and engaging in a world where you don't talk to strangers. We engaged with strangers, gave them our names, gave them cards. Check us out. Find us here. This is where we are every Sunday. Please, not a single thought that you could come across creeps or anything like that would come to your church and kidnap you or whatever. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. What was it? Yeah. So yeah, I don't know why I got on that topic. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, my good friend Mike is going to come pick me up tomorrow. We're going to go check out some more stuff at this house. He says that there's a lot of stuff there that I might enjoy. And there's even a garage with a lot of stuff that's stored in it and everything. So, and then we'll be able to do. Oh yeah, we started talking about spirituality. This is where we see. Yeah, get back to point, and I remember what I was talking about. You tell me by now if you correct me uh, in the comments or whatever. I was talking about charitable spirituality. We're going around anything that we can't use for ourselves. We're going to donate, and my choice was the Love Well Center, because they will give furnishing and clothing and fooding to anyone free. Basically, what happens is you go there and you sign up, and each time you go there, you get an opportunity to earn credits, and the credits can be used to purchase things from their thrift store. And yeah, so it's a really, really cool thing. And then I started talking about spirituality and how my spirituality doesn't have to mirror somebody else's spirituality. And then I started talking about growing up in a fundamental Baptist church, and then going around and doing the whole what they called soul winning. And they did. That was the word, soul winning. I don't feel that I ever won anybody's soul. Uh, I don't necessarily know that I won mine. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, and then what happened was, yeah, then I forgot how I got on that track, and then I came back and I remembered. Okay, that being said, I'm excited because, as a single person, I get tired of looking at the same stuff. I want to swap it up once in a while. And, there's some quality to be found in older furnishings and everything. I feel like this one, because of I feel like this one was maybe coming out of the late 70s going into the early 80s. I could be wrong, but the legs are those little plastic pegs, those square plastic pegs, but they're fine. They're fun. One of them was loose or stripped or whatever. So, but all the other three did work. So it's a 4-point leg, one on each corner, like most couches and love seats. So it's gonna work. And yeah. Okay. Love and light. God bless. Peace. Night.